So, Ollie, what do you think of 10-speed transmissions?
I think they suck when their emissions intact and have PTO on the side.
What do you think of 10-speed transmissions?
I think they can be good, but I think they're not good stock. And
What about GMT 800s?
come on. It's God's truck.
Which is better, a 6-liter
6 liter.
or a GMT 800?
No,
6 liter.
absolutely not. There's way more piece of shit 6 liters out there than GMT 800s.
There's
way more.
More piece of shit GMT 800s
He
than piece
copied
of shit 6 liters.
a GMT 800, posted a TikTok of him doing a donut on the moon, and then he copied it with his 6 liter.
Yeah, it was
happened?
tough.
All right, well, we're here today with Steve Robbins. He brought his 05 down. This is a 72 fast truck. Firepunk trans, Garand converter, SNS 14 mils, 2 of them, and 450% overs, Waggler deck plate motor, stainless manifold, 72, 2 gates. It really has everything here to make some horsepower. You did, what, 670 with it last year, right?
Yes.
You had a big single that you took off?
Yep.
Now he's got a little 72 on it, and we're going to dial it in and see what it makes. Maybe go to the top of the 72 fast list.
That's what we're hoping.
What happens if you don't go to the top of the list?
We go wherever we go.
Go change the parts? Yeah. We're gonna start doing fuel quantity. This is how I normally do a dyno session. We start at 1,000 US or low fuel quantity and work our way up, figure out what makes the most power. And the next tune, we visit timing. We start conservative on timing and work our way up, figure out what makes the most power. And then if we need to mess with the wastegates, we adjust the dome pressure to see what boost makes the most power. And at that point, he's dialed in. Then it's just getting staging limiter dialed, and he's ready to go racing. Putting boost pressure in the pipe because he's got boost pressure going to his regulator here. So we're putting, where'd you set it at?
20 pounds of dome.
20 pounds of dome pressure. So we're gonna crack the gates on this run. So far we've done 1195. That's with the gates, max boost pressure going to the top of the gates to keep them shut. So now we're going to crack the gates and see if we can relieve some drive pressure. We're making like 46 pounds of boost and what was the drive pressure?
55, 60.
Yeah, so we're going to try to just crack a little bit of drive pressure off of it and see if it picks up power. Okay, well, we finished the day at 12:05. Are you happy with that?
I'm content.
Content?
Yep, content.
There's always room for more.
Yeah.
Altogether, we learned it likes a lot of fuel. These are 450% overs, and we ended up around 1,400 microseconds, which is a lot of fuel quantity. And then we messed with the wastegate, and we pretty much lost power any time that we opened the gate. It made the most power. We actually had really good boost and drive numbers with the gate open, but it went from 1205 down to 1188, and at 1188 boost and drive was 1-to-1, but it lost what, 3 pounds of boost? And
something like that, yep.
And killed it. So go back to keep the gate closed, and it's making peak power at 3650, somewhere in there. So set up his anteater, so his shift points are right around that sweet spot, and so he can go to the track, what, Friday night?
I'll try to go this weekend.
But I think the key on winning this race is going to be getting to the track, being familiar with the truck and knowing what it's doing, and because it's off the trailer racing, no testing. Last year, you were here with what size turbo?
80 millimeter.
An 80 millimeter and made 1230. So we got 25 horsepower less with a 72. You also have a good bit more engine. But
yeah.
Last year was
a 5.9 stock bottom end.
Yep. And this is a Waggler neck plate motor.
Yep.
So. Cool. Well, good luck, and hopefully you can do good in 72 fast.
Yep. Thank you.
Cole Berenyi. He brought his truck here that he's planning on running 72 fast with, right?
Yes, sir.
This is a 2005 truck, and I believe you've got a standalone harness jumpered in where you can run an 849 ECM.
Yep, well, my buddy Caleb, he's a wire guru. He did it himself and saved some money, budget build style
Awesome.
stuff.
Already made some really good power with it, so I'm excited to see what this truck's going to do. Why don't you tell them a little bit about like injectors, CP3, your engine build, what you got in here?
Okay, so it's a 5.9 board 20 over, 14 millimeter mains, no girdle, Street Fighters, D&J stage 1 head, got a 12 mil top pump, 10 mil bottom pump, 250% flux injectors,
They just did those for you?
Yeah. I wanted 330s, but they talked me out of it, and I'm kind of glad they did, honestly.
Yeah. They're working really well. And this is still a small bowl,
Yep.
early piston and stock Cummins pistons?
Yep, yes, sir.
Yeah, so normally air limited, we see the wide bowls make a little bit more power, but this truck is running amazing. So far we've made 1,218 horsepower. That is to the tire, and we have really good air today. It's like no correction factor. So it's a pretty honest number. And for a little 72, it's pretty crazy, because if you told me 5 years ago we're going to be making anywhere near 1,200 horsepower with a T4 foot 72 millimeter turbo, I'd have told you you're crazy. Really excited to see how you stack out in this class. I think if you're together in time, you can go out and make some passes, and I think that's an advantage.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think the truck can do it. It's all going to come down to me.
Yep.
I mean, it's just is what it is.
That's what's fun. Everybody has the same turbo, same opportunity, so you go get passes in, and then you got to be consistent. So you can be fast one time, but if the class is big enough, you're not going to have to be fast for 7 rounds, and that's what's going to make it fun.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, well, we're going to keep, we've been tweaking the wastegate, getting the boost dialed in, trying to make sure he's ready to roll, and get his staging limiter set up, and we're going to get him off the dyno and send him on his way. So if you each got a stock GMT 800 to a stock 6 liter, and you had $5,000 to spend each one, which one would be faster?
6 liter. He would spend all that on injectors, and I would spend $5,000 on injectors, a turbo. They're so much cheaper.
You hit what?
Your windows probably wouldn't even go up.
You don't need any of that for anything we're talking about.
You'd have to make yours run first.
I will say his windows roll up a lot faster than mine. I wish that my window motors were as good as 6
They actually
liters.
moved the whole truck.
Here this morning all the way from Oklahoma. You're what, Tulsa area?
Tulsa area.
And it's got a pretty spicy setup. Tell me a little bit about, you got 400% overs, dual 14s, and a 91 millimeter.
Yep.
What's the engine, trans, and what's your goal?
Enforcer 6.7, 400s, twin 14 mils, 91 millimeter single. Goals around 590. Get it dialed in, maybe make 2,000.
Yeah, you got a couple kits of nitrous?
Yeah.
375 solenoids. Yeah, so he's got enough to make some serious horsepower. Does not have a wastegate, so we'll have to watch turbo shaft speed. But overall, he should have something that could very easily run the 590 index, and when he wants to turn it up, you can go even faster. Yep. So looking forward to see what we can do today. Putting in here, Heston?
We're putting two 236 megajets in it.
That's fed by these 375 solenoids. There's 4 of them. We're only going to use 2 of them. And so far we have made 1,671 horsepower on fuel only. We've made quite a few 1,600 horsepower runs. Tried a couple different timing tables, a couple different fuel settings, and really happy with the fuel only numbers. Trying to make over 2,000 with some nitrous. nitrous came on late, which it's hard to, you have a short window of operation, but 2029 would have definitely made more if we'd have got nitrous in sooner, but he's happy with that. The truck's healthy, gets him on the board with a 2000 number. And now we're gonna dial in the 590 tune-up. Have to pull some power out of it to get it down to the 590 range. Probably pull it down to around 1150 to 1250 horsepower. So he's got some operating windows. He can use a little bit of nitrous to dial in the fine-tune the 590 tune-up. All right, we got you finished up. So finished 2029 with some nitrous. Low horsepower of 1244 for some 590 tune-ups. Until you go to the track, figure out what your 60 foot is with the new setup, and then we'll know if we need to give him more or less. What do you think?
I'm tickled.
Did you get what you came here for?
Yes, sir.
You wanted 2,000 on the board. We got 2,000 on the board. Definitely have room to make more if you want to, but you probably need an external wastegate if you really want to use a lot of that power on the track.
Better buy more turbos.
Or buy more turbos, but we're going to get this, get you off the dyno, send you on your way. And good luck this summer in Oklahoma.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, we got Michael Brown's truck here on the dyno. He brought his truck up here from Tennessee. It has evolved over the years. It has gone from a mega cab dually to a regular cab.
Yep.
More race truck. You just installed a Bosch ECU this winter. What other changes did you make?
Oh, we done a Bosch, done a trans brake valve body, and swapped injectors. We've done a stage 4 intake, and I think that's about it.
So what injectors are in there now?
They're Flux 400s-ish.
You got two 14 mil pumps?
We swapped to Alpha pumps this year.
So we should have plenty of fuel. D&J Enforcer motor. You have what? Alex at Cornerstone build your transmissions?
Alex Cornerstone done the transmission.
Yep, Suncoast train brake valve body. He's got a Sandra input. So he's wanting to do UCC.
Yep.
Correct?
Do it again. This will be third year. We've done, third place first year, fourth place last year.
What are your goals? How fast do you want to go?
530s, 3,000 horsepower.
All right, so we're just going to dial this thing in with the Bosch system. We've got a map set of injectors, and so we're really just dialing in fuel quantities so I know how much horsepower each fuel quantity makes. With it being a dry engine, it takes 45 minutes on cool down time between runs, and so you have some time to study data. I'm also taking this time to set up his laptop so that he can have easy pages to look at, so he knows where to go to look at rail pressure, where to go to look at all his boost pressures, oil pressures, transmission line pressure, stuff like that. This kind of sets him up for the season so that he's ready to go out and he can take his laptop and pull a log himself, kind of study the basis, and it keeps me from having to do as much babysitting, so to speak. Any race truck like this, we try to do the legwork in the wintertime so that he can go out and know that where he needs to put his power levels to be able to go run the times that he runs. So we're going to get started today and see what we can learn.
$16.90 on fuel. Okay, well, we got you all fixed up.
Yes, sir.
So what did we learn today?
Pull away some timing, add some fuel, add some nitrous.
Yes, so when we first got it on, we figured out we had no lockup, so we had to do some diagnosing on that. Got the valve body figured out and got lockup today, and we ran up through the fuel quantity, ended up at what, 1957?
1957.
1957 on fuel, which is an awesome number. And then turned on 2 small kits. Actually turned all the kits on, but we put small jets in 3 of the kits, just a function test so that we know that nitrous is going to work for UCC. And it did 2698. Be equivalent of like a 250 jet and a 125 jet if we would just do it on 2 kits. So it was like 61, a 61, and a 71, and a 250. So overall, tickled pink with that.
I'm excited.
The Bosch definitely, it takes time to set up and configure a standalone system because you have to go through and get all your sensors configured correctly. You have to get everything data logging correctly. I was working on his computer trying to get him a screen to where he can log and read the logs correctly. Just, come through the end of the run and you see you don't have a sensor that's scaled correctly, so you go fix that. Bunch of little stuff, but that nitrous run just in itself is proof of why a standalone system works, because when the nitrous came on, it goes straight to the RPM limiter, which we have it set at 5,800 RPM, so it's probably spinning just enough, and the ECM trims fuel quantity down. It saves the run. Like if you watch the run, you don't even know anything happens, and the ECM makes like 1,000 corrections in less than a second. And it keeps it from backfiring, and there's just a lot of safeties in there that it would not have made that number if we'd had an 849 ECM still on this thing. So next thing is we're gonna get it on the track, see if we can get bump working. We've already function tested the bump on the dyno, but it's not quite the same. That's why you put the slicks on this. Then we're gonna bump it and let off the button, see what happens.
Bump it, let off the button, see what falls apart.
Yeah, and we're 1st of April, so. You still got a month and a half to get this thing ready and dialed for UCC.
Plan on testing all we can.
Awesome. Cool. We're looking forward to seeing him on the track and see what he can do at UCC. He did not lift the second time. Much better.
Right.
Did it shift?
They made the 1-2.
Yep.
Two good.
Sweet.